As always, we take suggestions from you, our loyal viewer and listener. So one of the ideas posed to us, Valentine's Day is coming up. A lot of our fan base and audience are products of the 90s.
Yep.
And so our listeners and viewers, they started crushing on the old days. And they wanted us to discuss our top 3 90s crushes. Now, Jones and I already had some off-camera discussions about this. He is more superficial than me. When it comes to your 90s crush.
I didn't get emotionally tied to it. It's just all lust.
I'm more emotionally based and invested in the people that I chose and had to narrow down my list accordingly.
Both our wives were products of the 90s as well, and my wife is not ashamed to admit that she had a lot more than 3 crushes, and so she posted them up on her Facebook page too. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was one of them.
I was going to say, and thank you for the pictures, as if we didn't know who JTT, and those of you that also posted pictures of your crushes in the 90s, we appreciate that. But yeah, this is a good one. This is a fun one. I'm going to start out mine with a late 90s.
Okay.
We're sliding in at the end. And I crushed hard on Mina Suvari. And if you don't know who Mina Suvari is, she was the girl in American Beauty. She was the blonde in American Pie.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Very popular actress at that time. I don't know. She was very different, unique looking.
That's true.
I like that about her. I had a hard crush on her for that. I liked those movies.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked those movies, so you saw her a lot. We were back in the days, we watched movies over and over again. We didn't have all the content we had now.
It's true, the DVD was on repeat.
I mean, that can cause someone to crush.
I'm interested to see if you can continue on with the American Pie theme, because out of everybody in American Pie, I would imagine that Shannon Lawrence would be number 1 and not her. But
that's
I guess
why
that's why you go deeper. You're not superficial like that.
Yeah, get her out of here. Get her out of here.
My number 3 is Pamela Anderson. So she was a part of different sections of the 90s. First, as Lisa on Home Improvement, as the Tool-Time gal.
A lot of people don't know that.
I know. That's a little bit of trivia for you. And then CJ on Baywatch, and then eventually Barbed Wire, the movie. Did you ever see that one, where she was a female spy?
I didn't see that, and I never will.
Yowza. She wears leather the whole movie, so again, it's partially on the superficial lust scale. But Pamela Anderson, again, all throughout the 90s, she was a part of, I guess, the fashion culture as well, because she was one of the first celebrities that got on all the fashion magazines and things like that. So,
and Baywatch is like the epitome of the 90s.
It's true.
There may be some of our female listeners and viewers that love the Hoff.
That's true. Not now.
Maybe.
Hopefully not now. My number 2 aged well, and that's Topanga from Boy Meets World. So she was like the girl next door, the nerdy, and then she evolved into a hot girl at the same time during the whole show's run. And then they came back actually after Boy Meets World with Girl Meets World with the daughter of Ben Savage and Topanga. Her real name is Danielle Fishel, but you probably don't know her by that. You just know her by Topanga.
Topanga is one of the most unique names that,
and the hair, right?
All young boys could discuss. And I'll be honest, Jones, she was the one that I was like, man, I really think Topanga's the real deal hot, when I was a little kid. But I didn't really watch the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never really was a big fan.
She only had one channel at the farmhouse, so that's all I got to watch was ABC.
So my investment in her, it wasn't as high, But my number 2 will be similar to your number 3, and that's Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Guys, Singled Out, that was the show. Singled Out was the show. She was funny.
She was pretty funny.
She was goofy, even annoying sometimes, but in a hot way. They had the rules like couldn't really touch Jenny, for the show. But yeah, and then Jenny stuck around.
Yeah, she was part of a lot of different projects, like Pamela Anderson was, for all throughout the 90s and then 2000s as well.
One of those versatile crushes. I think it would be hard-pressed to find a different number 1 than Tiffany Amber Thiessen. And so, I was a blonde-haired kid growing up. I wanted to be Zach. Zach had Kelly.
Yeah.
It was that simple, guys. Like, no one can really argue this one. She was it, Saved by the Bell.
And Kelly what happened after? Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking in, like... top movies of the 90s. I did a Google search on that, and one of the movies that came up was Saved by the Bell Wedding in Vegas or something.
The top movies, huh?
And I was like, wait, it was like the second one that Google showed.
Huh. I would have never expected that.
What? Did I get on some weird...
So there were lots of hot girls on Saved by the Bell, and so that one stuck out to you.
Yeah,
she was the one.
She was it. She wore pepperoni pizza on her head, and so did everybody else.
My number one is a little bit offshoot that I don't know if a lot of people even heard of, was Daisy Fuentes.
Oh, yeah.
You remember her from America's Funniest Home Videos?
I do.
That's the only reason why the show lasted through the mid-90s that it was after Bob Saget left.
Good.
That was
I like
it.
that one.
So she was only a part of that, of some MTV shows, and of course she had the Maybelline line and everything like that, but she wasn't a wide-known celebrity, and that's the reason why I think I liked her, plus she had this unique look. So somewhere you're number 3, so Daisy Fuentes is my number 1.
Wow, that was obscure. I like that you went that direction and threw a curveball. I thought maybe you were going to go Kelly Kapowski and we'd be real boring, but no, you took it to a different level.
So, I mean, I think we chose women who both showed personality, but also were beautiful inside and out as well.
Was there who missed your cut?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Did you have a different Saved by the Bell character?
No, I was a huge Saved by the Bell fan, so that didn't reach me. But a lot of the Baywatch girls, I mean, were on there. The second Tool Time girl, Debbie Henning, I think was her name.
Hillary Banks or Ashley Banks?
Hillary. You were Ashley.
I liked Ashley. I thought, as a kid, she's the marrying type.
It's true.
Sorry, Hillary.